Hey people, it is Wednesday, May the 21st. The time is 11:23 in the morning. It's about 9 degrees outside and starting to rain. I'm inside College Park, outside the Farm Boy supermarket. And there's another entrance down at the other end, so I'm going to be heading inside the Farm Boy. And I'm going to take a look at the prices of a few of my favorite things that I like to get during my grocery store visits. I don't usually go to Farm Boy though, because Farm Boy is quite expensive, so I thought it would be fun to maybe check out some of the prices comparing Farm Boy to another supermarket that I do often frequent, which is the FreshCo store. Like I went in the exit, but oh well. I'll be exiting through the entrance, I guess. But let's start off looking at bread here. Maybe I'll look at bread, yogurt, soy milk, just to compare some prices between Farm Boy and FreshCo. Of course, I never come into this Farm Boy, so I don't know where anything is. This isn't the main bread that I'm looking for. But we could just turn this into a little tour of the Farm Boy, I suppose, as I look around trying to find the items I'm looking for. Snacks. I'm trying to lay off the snacks, actually. All right, here's the soy milk. $4.69 for Earth's Own brand. It's $4.99 for the Silk brand. Those are the two that I buy most often. It seems that things here are like at least upwards of a dollar more. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. All right. Things are upwards of $1 more expensive here, I would say, than at FreshCo. I should have came in and cased the joint first, so I know where everything is, and then did the video, but no, I just thought I'd wing it. And back to where I started. Do they not have just regular loaves of bread here? Okay, here we are. I found the bread. $3.49, $3.29, $3.79, $3.99. Basically nothing under $3 from what I can see for a pretty basic loaf of bread. I prefer the whole wheat. And I wanted to look at the yogurt, but there was a girl stocking some shelves right where the yogurt is. check out the frozen section here. Check out some pizzas. $9.99. This is the Farm Boy brand frozen pizzas. I see $6 for a smaller size one. That's pretty decent, although I know I can get a bigger pizza for the same price at the FreshCo. And I have a feeling the yogurt here is $7-8. For the Greek yogurt, yeah. All right, I'm gonna head out. Getting some weird looks here and there. So that was the Farm Boy here at College Park. There are quite a few Farm Boy locations around downtown now. All right, let's head out to the street. There's also a Metro grocery store here at College Park, which is not as expensive as Farm Boy, but it is a bit more expensive than the FreshCo. So as far as I know, the FreshCo is the most affordable of the major grocery store chains that I have to choose from downtown here. I have quite a selection actually of grocery stores. I have a couple, or even 3 Metros all within a 15-minute walk. One of them is about a 6-minute walk. That's the closest one to my place. College Park here is about a 10-minute walk from my place. And I have 2 FreshCos. The one we're heading to now is the one on Sherbourne Street. That's actually the farther one. The one at Dundas and Parliament is quite a bit closer. That's the one I usually go to. It's about a 7 or 8-minute walk from my place. The one at Sherbourne is more like 13 minutes or so, which is still decently close. But we're going to head to the Sherbourne one just to get in a bit of a walk that won't take me out of my way too much, as I do make my way home afterwards without having to actually pass my place during the route. And I also have a No Frills close by that I never go to, although there's a second No Frills opening soon that I'll check out once it's open for business. That's on Shooter Street. And there's the big Loblaws at Maple Leaf Gardens, which is just here on Carlton Street around the bend, Carlton and Church. That one is quite close to my place as well. Maybe about a 9-minute walk or so. There's College Park. There's also a Food Basics close to the FreshCo we're going to. I never go to that one. And there's the new T&T supermarket that I recently visited when it first opened. That's maybe a 10 or 11-minute walk from my place. It was on Edward Street, near Yonge and Dundas. So yeah, that's a lot of grocery stores all within a 15-minute walk, and I think I might have missed one or two. Even St. Lawrence Market is about a 15-minute walk from my place, if I wanted to go there. All right, we're heading north up Yonge Street. Yeah, I have yet to buy anything at Farm Boy. When that location at College Park first opened up, of course, I went to check it out. Looked around and realized that there was nothing available to me there that I couldn't get at another grocery store for a cheaper price. So I thought, well, I'm not going to buy anything here. I'll just go to one of my other nearby grocery stores. Even the Metro has good sales sometimes, and I often do shop at Metro. I rarely ever buy anything there at full price. I just always am able to find something on sale. I tend to buy the same sorts of things over and over again. I didn't look at the cereal in the Farm Boy, but I think it's safe to say that I'll be paying a bit more for my favorite cereal, if they even have it there. I like Vector cereal. As far as I know, FreshCo has the best price for a large box of Vector. The regular price is $9.99. Most other grocery stores you'll be paying $10 or $11.99 for the same thing. Every once in a while, Metro will have it on sale, as I mentioned. So I'll pick it up there, if that's the case. It's hardly raining right now, so I'm not using the umbrella. I do have it under my arm at the ready, though. I think we're in for some rain starting today that will last over the next couple of days, I think, until Saturday, before things finally clear up. And much cooler than seasonal temperatures as well. We should be getting up into the low 20s this time of year for a daytime high. We're barely even getting into the double digits over the next couple of days. So we got Wellesley Street up ahead. I'm going to hang a right at Wellesley. And we'll head over to Sherbourne. Around the Yonge and Wellesley area. I am kind of curious as to how good that Farm Boy branded pizza is, though. Maybe I'll get around to trying it someday. There are a couple of brands that FreshCo carries that I really like. I like the Red Baron brand. And they also have a Rustico brand. These were brought in when Delicio was no longer available in Canada. That was my go-to for frozen pizza. The veggie Delicio pizza. I still miss it. I also like the Dr. Oetker pizza. And Metro has the Irresistibles brand. And I really like the spinach pizza. And they have a good ongoing deal at Metro. You can get 2 irresistible spinach pizzas for $8. So oftentimes that's where I'll get my frozen pizza if I'm not in the mood for Red Baron. Metro also has frequent sales on their Dr. Oetker pizzas. And a viewer was asking me recently about how downtown residents and families go about their grocery shopping. And I can't speak for everyone, but I imagine a lot of people downtown who don't have cars just will get a bag or two and carry home whatever they can that will last maybe 2 or 3 days, and then they just do the same thing. But some families who live downtown do have a car, and not all of them, but many of the downtown grocery stores do have some on-site parking, often underground parking. So we can just do a typical grocery haul, I guess, in those situations. We're at Church and Wellesley now. But as for me, I literally just buy a bag of groceries, usually about $20 worth. Walk home, 5-10 minutes, or whichever grocery store I chose for that day. It's usually within that range. And then a couple days later, just do it again, and that's how I've been doing it the whole time I've been living in downtown Toronto. I've never felt like I was getting a lesser grocery shopping experience not having a car. A lot of the downtown grocery stores do have slightly more cramped aisles and things like that. And maybe those big, large shopping carts aren't really offered. They have the smaller size ones. So if you want to load up, you do have to take that into account. I never use a shopping cart personally. I rarely even use a basket. I just grab a few things and carry them with my hands to the checkout or the self-checkout. But I have noticed that prices are definitely not what they used to be, of course. I remember when I would be able to get most of what I wanted for the next day or two, paying no more than like $10 or $12, and now it's closer to $20 for the same items. All right, we're crossing Jarvis Street. At least the rain is holding off. It's one of the last remaining gas stations downtown there. There are probably only about half a dozen left, I would say. And on days when some major grocery store chains are closed, say on a stat holiday, such as this past Victoria Day, oftentimes the ones on Yonge Street, such as the Metro at College Park, and even the Loblaws at Church and Carlton remain open on stat holidays. I was actually able to go to the Loblaws on Church Street on Victoria Day when I realized I had to get a couple of things, because the Metro closest to me on Gould Street was closed on that day. And I think the FreshCos might have been closed also. I'm not 100% sure about that. So I opted for that Loblaws, which I rarely go to anymore. Their prices are just a little higher than Metro, but they don't have the sales as frequently as Metro does. And FreshCo might not have a lot of sales either, but at least its regular prices make up for that, being the cheapest ones of them all. So when I come to the grocery store, I always bring my own bag with me. Today I brought this reusable FreshCo cloth bag. Not really a fan of these cloth bags, to be honest. I prefer the old school plastic bags, but I opted for the cloth one today. It's crossing Sherbourne. We are almost at the FreshCo. I'm kind of glad that I kept all of the old plastic bags that I used to get when they still had those, because I still have a good supply of those better bags, in my opinion. I find the cloth ones don't have as much give, and you can't really put as much stuff in them. And also, if you want to carry it around with you, they're so bulky when you fold them up. You have a big lump in your pocket that's very noticeable, whereas the plastic bags, you could squish them and they'd be much less noticeable in your pocket. These are just little things that I muse about, I guess. So this is the St. Jamestown neighborhood on my right here. A high-density neighborhood of apartments and some newer condos. Mostly apartments though, mostly affordable apartments by Toronto standards. And the FreshCo up ahead, and the Food Basics I mentioned earlier, the two grocery stores that serve this neighborhood. The other FreshCo that I go to more often, which is closer to my place, is in the Regent Park neighborhood. And it's the only full-service, full-size grocery store in Regent Park. But there is a No Frills not too far away on Parliament Street in Cabbagetown. There we go, FreshCo. I do know the layout of this one since I come here quite frequently, so I won't have to wander around wondering where things are. All right, let's head in. So I'll check out the soy milk and the bread. We didn't see any bread for under $3 at Farm Boy. Whereas here, $2.49 for Dempster. That's on sale. That's a sale price. $1.97 for their Our Compliments brand, which is what I usually get if I buy bread here. So definitely a good savings there, less than $2. Take that, Farm Boy. There's the whole wheat, which I prefer. Same price. I also find FreshCo has the best price for juice, such as lemonade or orange juice, apple juice. $3.49 for lemonade there. Not from concentrate, which is my preferred kind. So this is where I usually come if I do want to buy some lemonade. Let's check out the soy milk. $4.99 for a Silk brand. Not too much of a price difference, really. $4.49 for Earth's Own. Yeah, I find soy milk, it's hard to get a good cheap price on that stuff unless it's on sale. And oftentimes Metro, as I mentioned, does have it on sale. So I end up buying it there, I think, more often than here at FreshCo. And yogurt, this is one of the only places where you can still get a container of Greek yogurt for $5 or less, $4.99 for the Compliments brand. So once again, this is where I usually come to get my yogurt. Let's check out the pizza. I like how it's not too busy right now. Usually this place is a zoo and it's kind of a unpleasant shopping experience, which is true of most grocery stores in my opinion. So there's the Red Baron. $7.99, but that is 2 days worth of pizza. I cut it in half. So I'm really only paying $4 a day. And I think it's even cheaper for the thin crust one. This is the rising crust. The thin crust is only $4.99 right now. Normal price $5.99. So I'm probably going to grab some of that. Definitely the best place, I think, to get pizza at regular price here at FreshCo. Unless there's some of those awesome deals at Metro. I find the Dr. Oetker pizza brand here is rarely on sale here at FreshCo. So I don't buy it here very often at all. But yeah, I think that's about it. There's a few other things that I get regularly. I just didn't happen to look at those at Farm Boy, but I think it's safe to say that there's nothing at Farm Boy that you can get for a better deal than here at FreshCo, unless there's some really awesome sale that I don't know about at Farm Boy sometimes. And this is also the place to get the cheapest root beer. $1.69. It used to be $1 for the Compliments brand 2-liter pot, but unfortunately those days are gone. It went from $1 to $1.20 to $1.50, and now it's $1.70. All within the space of just a couple of years. But pretty good deals for the name brands here as well. I don't even see any root beers at all sold out right now. That happens a lot here, I find. And Party Mix, which is my favorite salty snack. This is also the best place to get Party Mix at this price, less than $3. I haven't seen any place with a better deal than that. So I'm going to start to wrap up my video here inside the FreshCo and actually buy some of these things I've been looking at and showing you. So I hope you enjoyed the little walk between Farm Boy and FreshCo, where we compared some prices. Farm Boy is a place I will not be going to anytime soon, unless I decide to record another video there. But we made our way from College Park over to Yonge, up Yonge to Wellesley, and along Wellesley to Sherbourne here to the FreshCo. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the walk. and price comparison. Let me know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Also be sure to hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my videos, and if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. Or you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member, or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. And look at that, Vector for $8.49. That's about as cheap as you'll find it anywhere. So, thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.